Hi guys, welcome back to our Euro Truck Simulator 2 2017 career. I'm in Rostock where we just rested at the end of the last video, and I've driven just around the corner to a depot to pick up our next job. So what we're going to be doing is taking this job, carrots, from TNT in Rostock to DHL in Parma in Italy. Now this is a 20-hour trip and we've got no ferries, so we're going to have to do something like 10 hours and rest and then do another 10. So I'm going to do the first half in this video down to where we rest, and then I'll end the video there and then start in the next one from having rested and get down into Italy. So let's take the job. There it is. And having woken up this morning after my rest, it's raining. But hey, what can you do? So it's raining in Rostock. See if it clears up on our way, but the skies look a bit dark at the moment, I have to say. Mind you, it's 11 o'clock at night, so maybe it'll clear. We can hope. A fairly long way to go down into Italy, so I doubt it'll be raining all the way. Let's reverse back here to this trailer. This should do us. There we go. Attach the trailer. And off we go. Okay, so this is Rostock where we've just dropped off, so we're on our way out now. Not a lot of traffic around this time of night, so that's good. I'm going left here, by the look of it. Lights are changing. The usual luck with traffic lights. These lights need sensors, there is nothing coming the other way. Yeah, roads are pretty empty, and yet we're sitting at a red traffic light, but there you go. So we're going this way out towards the Autobahn. Don't forget guys, if you want to suggest in the comments any mods you think it might be worth trying, or any routes you'd like to see me drive, let me know and we'll see what we can do. Italy will be another country visited. Should add a fair bit to the amount of roads explored. I didn't actually check what we're on, but I don't think it'll be very high, 1% at the moment I would imagine. But we should add a little bit from this journey. As I say, it's 20 hours. That's a fair journey. As I say, we'll do the first half down to the rest point, wherever we decide to rest. This guy out with a 31 mile an hour speed limit at the moment. Pretty much like the UK where it's generally 30s in cities. Now we are getting a lot more 20 mile an hour limits around. They're advisory generally near schools. They're not a case of it's 20 and you have to do no more than 20, but it's an advisory limit because there's a school around. They suggest that you might want to slow down to no more than 20. And I have heard that that's going to become much more common, and there might actually be enforced 20 mile an hour speed limits about soon. 20 seems quite slow, but I suppose in a school with kids about, it's not unreasonable really. So, I don't know if we're going to see more of that in the UK, we'll see what happens. The guy's having a bit of trouble getting up here. Go on, mate. You can do it, go on. Well, we're going straight on here with the Lucky's going off to the left. We'll try and get up to speed and then enable the cruise control and see what we can see. But unfortunately, being that it's night and raining, I don't think we'll be able to see a lot. Won't be able to enjoy the beautiful scenery that is part of Euro Truck, unfortunately. We've got 23,260 in the bank. This job I think is going to pay about 25,000. We will be paying a loan payment out. It'll be while we're resting by the look of it. We'll do about 10 hours, then rest. And then whilst we're resting, it should be midday and that loan payment will go. It does mean most of the journey is going to be in the dark, I think, because 10 hours from now will be roughly 10 in the morning. We'll then rest for about 8 hours. That'll be then 6 in the evening. And then we're going to start going again, light for a while, but then it'll be getting dark again. How long have we got to actually get there? We've got 33 hours to get there. We've got exactly 10 hours driving time at the moment until the rest stop. But we've got 33 hours to get the cargo there, so that's plenty of time. So as usual, I've got track IR, so no need for the extra mirror. I can just look across and look in the left-hand mirror. I think track IR really adds to the game. Not the cheapest thing in the world, but it's pretty good when it works. It does tend to have some fun 5 minutes every now and then, but generally it's pretty good. As I say, I think it adds to the realism. Hopefully this rain is going to stop somewhere, but it's not exactly heavy rain. I mean, it's pretty light, drizzly, horrible sort of rain, I suppose you'd call it. Not exactly binning it down, but we will see how the weather goes. So Rostock was sort of northern Germany, so we've got to go pretty much the whole way through Germany, and then I guess into Switzerland, through Switzerland to Italy. Perhaps through the Alps, might go through some tunnels through the mountains or something. The scenery around the Alps is beautiful in Euro Truck. Hopefully we'll see some of that. It is really pretty. But at the moment, all we can do is plough on. Driving at the speed limit. Haven't seen police cars about yet, but they pop up at various times, so don't forget in 1.27 now you've got interactive police cars, so they don't have to drive around anymore. They'll stick their lights and sirens on, and actually you'll get the speeding fine in the police car, not just cameras now. I've seen on Steam there's a new update coming for Euro Truck Simulator 2 soon, which is called a Heavy Haul. So it's going to have some really heavy cargoes in it. That'll be interesting. Like I say, those sort of cargoes I won't be taking until I've got a much more powerful truck, I think. Much more powerful engine, because I might be struggling to pull some of the weights they're talking about with this. Especially up decent sized hill, you'd be struggling to get up there probably, but we'll see what that brings. Nice, they're always developing new things and expanding the game even further, giving us more things to do and more challenges to meet. My strategy at the moment continues to be getting the first 4 skill points on long distance, and then going to high value cargo, fragile cargo, ADRs, all that sort of thing, sort of max all of those out, and then go to eco driving, I guess, save us some fuel, and then ultimately to just in time deliveries, but that's a way down the road. I don't know what you think of the strategy. I don't know what sort of strategies you might use when you're playing Euro Truck. If you've got anything you'd like to recommend, I'm happy to consider them. But we're going off here. Heading towards Leipzig and Magdeburg. Towns I've actually heard of in Germany, or cities I suppose. But, places I've actually heard of: Leipzig and Magdeburg. Let's get out onto here. Potsdam, vaguely, not quite sure why, but I've heard of Potsdam. Trying to make me think Potsdam is actually in Holland. Clearly it's in Germany, so possibly because of the dam, because in Holland of course you've got Amsterdam, Rotterdam, so therefore Potsdam I probably thought was in Holland. But clearly it's German, so not sure what the significance of dam on the end of the place names is, but there you go. Interesting in the area I live. I live in Lincolnshire, and there's lots of towns around Lincolnshire that end in Thorpe. Mablethorpe, Trusthorpe, Featherthorpe, Grainthorpe, and so on. I'm not sure what a thorpe is. One assumes that means something. So many names to have Thorpe on the end of them. Normally it's things like maybe a river or a bridge over a river or something gets called something like that, and you end up with that on the end of place names. So maybe a Thorpe is a crossing over a river or something. Who knows? I should Google it and find out, shouldn't I? I live in Lincolnshire and I'm not even sure what wolds are. Just up the road from me, you go into the Lincolnshire Wolds, W-O-L-D-S. I think they're hills. I think that's a word for a hill. But I wouldn't swear to that one either. Really should know living here, shouldn't I? In my defence, I haven't lived here all that long, so going off again here. It's interesting place names and how you get these things on that. It's all starting from the dam on Potsdam, but yeah, it's interesting with place names how you get. I mean, some of them are pretty obvious, like Cambridge in the UK is so named because there's a bridge over the Cam, the River Cam. Hence Cam Bridge, Cambridge. But some of them are pretty blatantly obvious, and then you get some which are a little bit harder to work out, the less you know. Should be googling what wolds are and googling what thorps are, and you can google what dams are. But a dam, obviously we know the word dam for a dam on a river, whether that's of any significance. Dam a river to keep the water at a certain height either side. Used a lot when you use hydro power stations, I think. So whether that's what the dam in the place names is referring to, I don't know. Surely it would make a certain amount of sense of dams, because of course in the war there was the dam busters. When bombs were dropped to deliberately break the dams. So, I don't know, is that what the dam is referring to? Potsdam? Could be. Could be. Anyway, let's get back to our journey. So, it's now 2:30 in the morning and it is still wet. But not horrendously, I mean it's not tipping it down, it's not thunderstorm, lightning crashing everywhere or anything like that, but it's our first experience of rain in this career so far. 37 mile/h speed limit. Oh, we've got some roadworks. Oh, we've got to go across a bit of a contraflow, I think. Okay. That's widening the road or something here. Building some kind of junction or something. So we're going back across now. A lot of trucks not going terribly quickly through there. I'm going around him. Back into a 50 mile/h speed limit now. Well, a little contraflow there. You often find contraflows in the UK when there's roadworks and they're doing stuff. You get some very narrow lanes and such like. Might be interesting some of those narrow lanes if we had a wide load. So the aeroplane going to there, the aeroplane is landing there. Not sure which airfield that will be. We're heading towards München, which is Munich, I think, and Erfurt. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but so we're in the Munich area. Maybe that was Munich Airport. I thought so. Maybe it was something like Magdeburg Airport. Who knows? Anyway, there was a jet landing there, so this is the thing about Eurotruck, you see a lot more than just roads and driving. I mean, there's all the scenery to look at, and then you've got things like aeroplanes, and as I said before in one of the other videos in Rusmap, even a crash flight aircraft, and emergency services dealing with it and all that sort of thing. I'm just not sure how dynamic that is. Does that mean that every time I go down that road I'm always going to see that crashed aircraft and the emergency services there? I'm not sure things sort of move on, if you like. It generally seems to be that where there's roadworks, they're always there. Something has gone on the other side of the road there. There were some emergency vehicles and flashing lights, maybe an accident. I'm just not sure these things change, which really they should, because, you know, especially something like a crash light aircraft, if that's constantly there, you go back through there a week later and the same thing is still going on, that doesn't really seem quite right. I'm not sure how easy it is to program that to go, well, it's not going to be that hard. Yeah, tell it, you know, if we're on week 1 Thursday, then do this, and if we're not, then don't. I don't know. Maybe that's something for the future. Maybe it does change, and I just haven't seen it. Maybe I just haven't driven through the same area to see that it's changed. It might do. Roadworks don't seem to, though, from my experience of particularly driving in the UK, going out of Cambridge, heading up the A1, we went that way towards Grimsby. There's some roadworks along there, and in my experience they are always there. I don't think I've ever driven that road when the roadworks haven't been there, so that suggests that these things are not dynamic. Which would be a bit of a shame. Moving out there, the now they're telling us to move out, I assume there can be some more roadworks, but I don't know if I can see anything. Stay out here for now, unless we need to go off anywhere. Coming off Frankfurt and Erfurt Oh, off that side. So what's a third, I wonder? Frankfurt, Erfurt. Would be third mean something in German. Something relevant to place names. This looks like a fairly straightforward journey so far. I mean, we haven't had to go off too much. We're pretty much staying on the main road all the way down. We've now got 5 hours to go, nearly 6. So we're about halfway through this first section because we're going to do about 10 hours in total. And we've done very nearly 5 of them. Not quite sure how far we'll get before that time runs out, but we'll see how close to or how far we get before we get close to having to rest and then pull over. The key thing is we want to do at least another 3 hours, because once you've rested you've got 11 hours. So as long as we've got less than 11 hours remaining, then we should be able to rest once and then have 11 hours to complete the journey after that. Fuel's okay, we're on about 3/4 of the tank, just under. Into the fuel gauge, so we don't need to worry about fuel at the moment. On the sign, see if I can get any idea. Stuttgart, München, Nuremberg. So that's Stuttgart, Munich and Nuremberg. I'll pronounce that as in England, I think. So we're heading on, still raining, no real sign of it clearing up as yet. The skies aren't looking that promising, I have to say. There's a break ahead of us in the cloud, but generally it looks like it's pretty much grey clouds all the way round. Don't hold out too much hope for seeing any sunshine yet. Prague? Is that Prague in Czechoslovakia? I think so. I think Praha is the way the Czechs spell what we spell as Prague, their capital city. I think that's right. So if you went off to the right here, you'd be going into Czechoslovakia by the look of it. We're not going off here anyway, so that appears to be possibly where that's going to. Ah, blue sky, look. Oh, the wiper's off. I just said, didn't think there was much chance of it clearing, and immediately we're coming into blue sky. So that appeared pretty quickly. My hopes are, it could be a nice day coming. 5 o'clock in the morning now. So we're getting light soon. Or lighter, I mean it's getting light already, but it should soon be probably daylight, and with a bit of luck, a nice dry day. A bit of sunshine possibly. Enable us to see more of the beautiful scenery, which would be nice. What's going on here? These trucks seem to be going a bit slow around here. I think just because of the bend. Yeah, I think so. There doesn't seem to be anything else much going on to cause a problem, so past that guy. looks like we may have to pass this other one as well. I think we're going off to the right here, so I think we're going to settle in behind him. I'm not sure if we're going off to the right or whether the road just bends to the right. I think it might be, yeah, I think the road just bends actually. We probably could get past him in a minute or two. Traffic's starting to build up, you'll notice. There's a little bit more traffic on the road now. We're getting to almost 6 in the morning. The AI to let me out. Coming to a bit of a foresty type area. Don't know Germany that well. To know Black Forest is in Germany, isn't it? I think. I doubt this is the Black Forest, but I think the Black Forest is in Germany. Still heading towards Munich and Nuremberg, I think. Continue straight on down here. So the road possibly bends to the right again in a minute. Yep, there we go. See that other truck going on there. The road has a bit of a bend round here and goes over another road by the look of it. See, I'm sticking to the right hand lane, slow lane. I can let as much of the cars go by in those other lanes as possible. Prague is still on these signposts there, I see. So Munich and Ingolstadt are straight ahead of us now. It's getting nicer, there's definitely some blue sky. Very cloudy around still, but it does look like it's getting a bit nicer out there. Weather's weather at the end of the day, you can't do much about it, but nice weather does just enable you to look around more and see more of the scenery as you travel across Europe. Services there. How are we doing? We're down to 3 hours to go, and we'll soon, very soon, be under 11 hours remaining. So basically, from here on, anywhere we see a convenient services, we can stop. That one was just a bit too early. We've got, what, 3 hours to go? Yep, 3 hours 10 minutes, so we could get down to about 8 hours remaining. Don't want to push it that we're struggling to find the services. Don't want to be getting fines for not sleeping, so probably the first convenient services I see will be where we stop. So we're under 11 hours to go now, so we should have no problem having rested, completing the journey through Germany in the next one. As long as we don't take a wrong turn and get lost anywhere, we should have enough time to complete the journey after one rest. Or at least that's the plan. Now this time, I'm not sure if this road is bending to the right down here or if we're going off to the right. Let's have a look. I think it's just bending again. Going over a river, the Outmove, River Outmove. Our destination's Parma in Italy. Not sure whereabouts in Italy Parma actually is, but we'll find out when we get there. I've got a feeling it might be northern Italy. Something makes me think Parma might be northern Italy, but I wouldn't swear to it. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on the route advisor now for hopefully some services, because we have like 2.5 hours now. And this could be services coming up. Let's just see what this is. No, I don't think it is. I think it's a sign for a junction. Hopefully there'll be some before too long. On a major road like this, you'd have thought there'd be services fairly regularly. It's a while since we passed that last one, so I'd be hopeful of finding some more before too long. At the moment, the only thing we can do is keep going and hoping we find some relatively soon. Not desperate yet, but 2.25 hours now. The yawning effect from the game suggesting the driver is tired starts at about an hour and a half, something like that. But you don't get fined until you're past the point at which you really should have rested, so you want to avoid that. That's the key thing. Just going to brake a bit here because we're going off up this slip road and over the top by the look of it. Yep, over the road we just came off. Quite a major junction, that. Like, there's a few roads meet at that junction. What on earth is that? Is that a stadium or something? Could be a football stadium or something like that, I don't know. So we're going to be passing a city here, so we may get a discovery of the city. Not sure which one it is at the moment, but be another one discovered, so we'll come to think of it, given we need to rest, we could pop in and find a hotel or something and rest there. Well, it doesn't look like we're actually going to the city, so I think we'll just continue on. I'm sure there'll be some services before too long. I'd hope so anyway. And they started yawning, so we are getting tired. Looks like we're going round, so we haven't got a discovery of the city, so we didn't go close enough in to actually get it discovered, and I still didn't see the name on the route advisor. Not to worry. Now done less than 9 hours to go, so we can rest any time we find somewhere suitable. Let's just hope there's some services relatively soon. Or a border, of course. If we've gone through most of Germany, if we're getting close to the border, then normally at the border there are spots I was speeding. Then my first speeding offence, and it was him. See what I mean about the interactive police cars? He had his lights and siren on, and he just did me for speeding. Oh well. I wasn't paying enough attention to my speed. I was thinking more about finding a rest stop. You can see what the police cars do. He had his sirens and lights on, came up behind me, decided I was speeding. Stick the sirens and lights on, go past in front of me, and speeding offence. Oh well. You do have to watch those police cars now though, because as I say, you get speeding offences not just from speed cameras. Before you just kept your eyes open for speed cameras, as long as they're on the camera, you could pretty much exceed the speed limit. But now, you can't really do that because you never know when the police car's going to come up behind you. Yes, I know you're tired. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to find somewhere for you to rest, mate, but I'm surprised we've gone this long without seeing any services or anything, especially on a major road like this. Something is coming up now. Here we go. This looks like some services. This is what we need. Parking, fuel. Don't need fuel, but we need the parking. Still over half a tank of fuel, so no need to worry about refueling just yet. We could, but I'm more interested in getting the rest done, to be honest. And this looks like this is also the border, because we've just seen the flag come up on there. Let's see where the rest area is. Around here by the look of it. There's a guy parked up there. Can I get in front of him? There's no reason why not. There we go. So we'll rest. That was our loan just been paid, as I forecast would happen. Okay, so we're going to end the video there, guys, and in the next one we'll complete this journey down to Parma. So take care, see you soon, happy trucking, bye bye.